Last spring, a woman in a small village bought a beautiful flowering shrub from her local nursery. She planted it along her courtyard wall, right where her children played every afternoon. The nursery owner smiled, took her money, and never said a word. 3 weeks later, her dog was dead. Her neighbor's child was in hospital. And the culprit? That gorgeous, pink-flowered shrub. One of the most toxic plants on Earth. Here's what shocked me most. That nursery is still selling it today. Every single week, nurseries and plant shops sell beautiful, eye-catching plants with zero warning labels. Plants that can stop a child's heart, blind a curious pet, or cause organ failure in an adult. These aren't exotic jungle rarities. They are sitting right now on display racks, in garden centers, in roadside stalls. And they are going home with families like yours. Whether you're growing a few pots on your apartment balcony, tending a kitchen garden behind your house, or farming wide open fields. This video was made for you, because knowing the difference between a safe plant and a deadly one could save a life. Your child's life, your pet's life, maybe even your own. Stay with me. We're covering all 7, and I'll tell you exactly what to grow instead. Before we get into this, if you're new here, please subscribe right now. Every week, we share natural, practical gardening knowledge for homes, kitchens, balconies, and farms. No expensive products, no complicated chemicals, just real solutions that work. And I want to know, where are you watching from right now? Drop your city, your village, or your country in the comments below. Are you in a high-rise in Karachi? A farmstead in Kenya? A backyard garden in Canada? I genuinely read every comment, and it always amazes me how far this community stretches. Tell me where you're growing from. Let's build this map together. Now, let's talk about the plants your nursery isn't warning you about. Picture this. A hot summer afternoon. Your children are playing in the garden. The breeze is warm, the garden smells sweet, and along the wall, a row of tall, lush shrubs heavy with clusters of bright pink flowers. Beautiful, right? That's oleander, and it is one of the most dangerous plants ever sold at a garden center. Oleander looks like it belongs on a tropical island postcard. Tall, glossy dark green leaves, clusters of flowers in deep pink, blood red, or pure white. It grows fast, loves heat, needs almost no water once established, and it turns a boring boundary wall into something dramatic and lush. Farmers use it as hedging. Homeowners plant it along fences. Urban gardeners buy it for rooftop borders, and nurseries love selling it because it looks incredible and dies almost never. But here is the truth. Every single part of oleander is poisonous. The leaves, the flowers, the stem, the roots. Even the water in a vase that held cut oleander stems becomes toxic. If you burn the branches, the smoke itself carries poison. Oleander contains compounds called cardiac glycosides, the same family of chemicals used in controlled heart medications. In medicine, the dose is precise. In this plant, there is no dose control. A single leaf can kill a small child. 1 or 2 leaves can be fatal to a dog or cat. In California, horses have died after eating oleander trimmings tossed over a pasture fence. Pet hospitals see spikes in oleander poisonings every summer when homeowners trim their hedges and don't dispose of the clippings safely. And for farming households, if you've planted oleander as a boundary crop or windbreak because it's cheap and fast-growing, please reconsider before the livestock get near it. Safer alternative. If you love that bold, flowering hedge look, plant hibiscus instead. It grows just as fast, flowers just as abundantly in reds, pinks, and oranges, thrives in heat and drought, and is completely non-toxic to people and pets. Whether you're lining a farm boundary or a city balcony railing, hibiscus gives you all the beauty without the hidden danger. Have you ever seen a flower so enchanting it almost didn't look real? That's foxglove. Tall spires of bell-shaped blooms in lavender, violet, pink, and cream, each one spotted inside like a tiny painting, like something from a storybook meadow. Bees love it. Hummingbirds hover around it. And home gardeners buy it because it transforms a plain flower bed into a show-stopper. But inside those dreamy bells is a compound called digitalis glycoside, a substance so powerful it has been used for centuries to treat failing hearts. The problem is, in the living plant, there is no controlled dose. There is no measuring spoon, no pharmacist, no label. Children who mistake the tubular flowers for something edible, or pets that chew a fallen leaf. They're exposed to raw, uncontrolled cardiac toxins. Symptoms come fast and hard. Nausea, vomiting, severe heart rhythm disturbances, seizures. In recorded cases from the UK, gardeners handling foxglove without gloves and then wiping their mouth have ended up in emergency rooms. In gardens where children play, this plant is a quiet, beautiful gamble. For home gardeners, especially those of you growing in smaller spaces where children run close to the flower beds, please be careful. This is not a plant for family gardens. Safer alternative. You want that tall, dramatic vertical burst of color? Plant snapdragons. They grow tall, they flower in the same pinks, purples and yellows. They attract pollinators, and they are completely safe for every member of your family, including the dog who noses through the flower beds and the toddler who can't keep her hands off anything colorful. This one lives inside your home. Right now, it might be sitting in your living room, your office, your shop front, or even your child's bedroom. You know this plant. Large, glossy leaves splashed with creamy white and yellow, that lush tropical look that makes any interior feel alive and fresh. Easy to grow, low light. Almost impossible to kill. Nurseries can't get enough of it. It's one of the best-selling indoor plants in the world, and it is called dumb cane for a reason. Inside those beautiful leaves are microscopic needle-shaped crystals called calcium oxalate. They are invisible to the naked eye. But the moment a child, or a curious cat or dog, chews on a leaf, those crystals shoot into the soft tissue of the mouth and throat like hundreds of tiny glass needles. The burning is instant and intense. The lips swell, the tongue swells. In serious cases, the throat swells so badly that the victim can no longer speak or breathe properly. Poison control centers across the world receive regular calls about toddlers and kids who have chewed on this plant. The fact that it's in millions of homes, often at floor level or on low shelves, makes it a particular danger for crawling babies and ground-level pets. Even the sap on your hands can cause burning and eye irritation if you touch your face afterward. For families with young children or pets in the house, this plant needs to go. Or at minimum, needs to be placed well out of reach. Safer alternative. You love that lush, large-leaved indoor look? Try a parlor palm or a Boston fern. Both are equally hardy, both thrive in low light, both give you that full, tropical indoor atmosphere, and both are completely non-toxic. Your home looks just as beautiful, without the hidden hazards sitting at knee height. This one looks like a miniature palm tree. Stiff dark green fronds fanning out from a thick textured trunk. It's sold as an ornamental piece for patios, living rooms, driveways, and garden entrances. It looks exotic, low maintenance, elegant, like something you'd see outside a five-star hotel, and it is one of the most dangerous plants for pets ever sold in garden centers. Every single part of the sago palm is toxic, but the seeds are especially lethal. They contain a toxin called psychocin which attacks the liver directly. For dogs and cats, even a small nibble, even chewing on one seed, can trigger vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, liver failure, and in many documented cases, death. Veterinary hospitals issue regular warnings about this plant. The heartbreaking reality is that treatment is expensive, and survival rates drop dramatically once symptoms appear. Dogs find a fallen seed in the yard, chew it out of curiosity, and by the time the owner notices something is wrong, the liver damage has already begun. The sago palm shows no warning signs, no bright colors, no thorns, no smell. It just sits there, looking graceful and tropical. That's what makes it so dangerous. Farmers with working dogs, homeowners with pets, and anyone with animals on their property. This plant does not belong in your outdoor spaces. Safer alternative. You want that palm tree, tropical feel without the risk? Plant an areca palm or a ponytail palm. Both give you the same architectural beauty, the same decorative impact, and both are completely safe for pets and children. They grow well indoors and out, and they won't cost you an emergency vet bill. This one is alarming not just because of what it does, but because of what it contains. The castor bean plant is tall, bold, and dramatic. Enormous star-shaped leaves in deep green or bronze. Spiky red seed pods that catch your eye from across the garden. Nurseries occasionally sell it as an exotic statement plant, fast-growing, space-filling, visually striking. Farmers in some regions grow it commercially for castor oil production. and in a decorative garden it genuinely looks impressive. But the seeds of this plant contain ricin, one of the most toxic natural substances on Earth. Yes, the same ricin you've heard about in spy thrillers and international news stories. Ricin shuts down the body's ability to produce proteins, leading to organ failure. Just 2 or 3 seeds are enough to kill a child. The toxin has no antidote. Even handling the seeds carelessly, touching your eyes or mouth without washing your hands, carries a real risk. And children, who are drawn to the shiny bean-like appearance of the seeds, are at the highest danger. Cases of children mistaking castor seeds for edible beans and ending up in emergency rooms are well documented. For farmers who grow castor as a commercial crop, please handle seeds with full protective precautions. Keep processing areas away from families and livestock, and never allow children or animals near seed storage. For home gardeners who have been sold this as an ornamental, remove it. Today, safer alternative. You want that bold, large-leaved, tropical drama in your garden? Plant elephant ear, taro family or canna lily. Elephant ear gives you those enormous, dramatic leaves. Canna lily gives you height, bold foliage, and spectacular flowers in reds, oranges, and yellows. Both are safe alternatives. Both fill space beautifully. Neither contains one of the deadliest poisons on the planet. Walk into any nursery in spring and you'll see them. Walls and walls of color. Pink, purple, white, crimson. Azaleas and rhododendrons in full bloom, absolutely exploding with flowers. They're among the most popular landscaping plants in the world, and it's easy to understand why. Evergreen. Hardy, low maintenance. They transform front yards, garden borders, and farm entranceways into dazzling floral displays. But hidden inside those cheerful blooms is a group of compounds called granotoxins. And they are more dangerous than most people ever realize. When ingested, granotoxins interfere with sodium channels in nerve and muscle tissue, including the heart. Even a few leaves, or a small amount of nectar, can cause nausea, dizziness, severe abdominal pain, dangerously low blood pressure, and in serious cases, coma or fatal cardiac complications. The history here is genuinely fascinating and chilling. Ancient records describe mad honey, produced by bees that fed on rhododendron nectar in parts of Turkey. Soldiers who consumed this honey centuries ago were struck down with confusion, vomiting, and paralysis. The toxins were so strong they carried through from flower to nectar to honey. This wasn't fiction, it was biological warfare. From a garden plant, today, poison control centers still receive calls every year about pets, particularly dogs, that have chewed on azalea leaves. The ASPCA lists azaleas as one of the top plants that can be fatal to pets. For farmers using azaleas or rhododendrons as hedging or ornamental borders, keep animals well away from these plants at all times. Safer alternative. You want that spring explosion of color? Try Chaina meles, flowering quince, or viburnum. Both give you lush green foliage and showy, cheerful flowers in spring. Both are safe for pets and children. You still get the welcoming, colorful display for your garden entrance or farm boundary, without the hidden toxin risk. This one is particularly heartbreaking, because it looks so innocent. Lilies are everywhere. They're given as gifts. They're placed on tables for Easter, for weddings, for Eid gatherings, for birthdays. Florists adore them. Nurseries sell them in pots and as cut flowers. People place them proudly on their kitchen counters and windowsills, enjoying that tall stem, those broad petals, that heavy, intoxicating fragrance. And for cats, true lilies are one of the most lethal plants in existence. I want you to understand the scale of this risk. It is not about eating a large amount. It is not about chewing on a leaf. The pollen alone, if it lands on a cat's fur, and the cat licks it off while grooming, is enough to cause acute kidney failure. Drinking the water from a vase of cut lilies can be just as fatal. Within hours of exposure, a cat may begin vomiting, lose appetite, and become lethargic. Without emergency treatment started within 18 hours, most cats do not survive. Every holiday season, veterinary clinics see waves of these cases. Cat owners who genuinely had no idea. They set a beautiful vase of Easter lilies on the counter, went about their day, and came home to a pet in crisis. This applies to Easter lilies, tiger lilies, daylilies, stargazer lilies. Virtually all true lilies. If you have a cat, treat every lily as completely off-limits in your home. no exceptions. Dog owners should also be cautious. Ingestion can cause digestive upset, though dogs are significantly less sensitive than cats. Safer alternative. For that graceful, elegant, long-stemmed beauty in a vase or a pot, choose orchids or roses. Both are safe for pets. Both bring elegance and fragrance into your home. Orchids last weeks in a vase. Roses bring color and scent and timeless appeal. You get all the beauty, none of the deadly risk. Before we wrap up the main list, here are 3 more plants that deserve a quick warning. Hydrangea. Those beautiful ball-shaped flower clusters you see everywhere in gardens. The leaves and flower buds contain cyanogenic compounds, the same chemical family that can release cyanide when broken down in the body. In large amounts, this is a serious risk for pets and children who chew on the plant. Keep them out of reach. Monkshood aconitum, also called the queen of poisons. Tall spikes of deep purple or blue flowers. It looks regal and dramatic, but simply handling this plant without gloves can cause tingling and numbness to absorb through the skin. Ingesting even a small amount has proven fatal throughout history, with cases recorded from ancient Rome to modern emergency rooms. Handle with extreme care, or don't handle it at all. Philodendron. This one is in millions of homes as a climbing or trailing indoor plant. It's not as immediately deadly as the others on this list, but it contains the same calcium oxalate crystals as dumb cane. For a pet or child who chews a leaf, the result is burning, swelling, drooling, and significant discomfort. Not typically life-threatening, but enough to cause a frightening trip to the vet or doctor. Knowing the danger is only half the work. Here is exactly what you should do. Tip 1. Check every plant in your home and garden today. Walk around with this list. If you have any of these plants, decide right now whether you can move them completely out of reach, or whether it's time to replace them with a safer alternative. Don't assume a plant is safe because it came from a nursery. Nurseries do not reliably warn you. Tip 2. Before buying any plant, look it up. It takes 30 seconds on your phone to search the plant's name, plus toxic to pets or toxic to children. That 30 seconds could prevent an emergency. Whether you're at a nursery, a market stall, or ordering online, check before you buy. Tip 3. Act immediately if exposure happens. If a child or pet has chewed on a suspicious plant, do not wait to see if symptoms appear. For pets, call your vet or emergency animal hospital immediately. For people, contact poison control or go straight to the emergency room. Time is everything. Early treatment dramatically improves outcomes. Tip 4. Fill your garden with genuinely safe, beautiful plants. Lavender, marigolds, sunflowers, basil, lemongrass, roses, orchids, areca palms, Boston ferns. These plants are beautiful, attract pollinators, serve purposes in the kitchen and garden alike, and none of them will harm your child or your pet. Whether you're planting a pot on a balcony or laying out a farm garden, these choices give you beauty with zero hidden cost. So there you have it. 7 plants that nurseries sell every single day without warning that carry very real risks for your family, your pets, and your livestock. Oleander, foxglove, Dieffenbachia, the sago palm, castor bean, azalea, and lilies. They are beautiful. And some of them are genuinely deadly. The nursery is not going to warn you. The label is not going to protect you. But now, you know. And knowing changes everything about how you shop, what you plant, and how you protect the people and animals you love. If this video helped you, please share it with one person, a friend, a neighbor, a family member who loves plants. This kind of awareness travels through communities and saves lives. It really does succeed if you haven't already, because every week we bring you natural, practical, honest gardening knowledge. For your home, your kitchen garden, and your farm, no expensive products, no complicated chemicals. Just real knowledge that works. And tell me one more time in the comments. Where are you watching from? And which plant on this list surprised you the most? Was it the oleander hedge your neighbor has growing by the road? The dumb cane sitting in your living room right now? Or the lilies someone gifted you last holiday season? Drop it below. I read every single comment. And your answer might just help someone else in our community make a safer choice today. Next week, we're going deep into something that every home gardener and farmer needs to know. The 7 most powerful natural pesticides sitting in your kitchen right now. neem, garlic, vinegar, onion peels. We're talking exact recipes, mixing ratios, and which pest each one works best on. You're not going to want to miss it.